Hi everyone, delonewolf here, and welcome back to sisi, the test server for EVE Online. And since it seems like the cost error that I was constantly getting whenever I try to manufacture something is now fixed, I'm not sure what happened. It might just have been the downtime. We're going to take another look at the POS and see how stuff works out. So I do have, this was part of my testing, just doing one run of a small charge, cost 0 ISK, and so yeah, I managed to activate that one. A 25 run was 1 ISK, and I guess when any of the modifiers didn't change the price, like 5% increase in tax or something like that, the job managed to go through, but something like this reactive armor cost me 4000 ISK, and yeah, I managed to install it, so I think it's been fixed. And yeah, let's take another look at the POS then, because it was really annoying, you know. Setting up the entire POS was a good experience, but not being able to test any of the jobs on there was a little bit annoying. So I've got some extra stuff in here, and yeah, let's take a look. So far, honestly, I do like this industry window. It seems to work quite well. The blueprints in the POS, they are actually owned by the corp. So if you select this, you can see all of them that are somewhere in an installation inside the POS. So I have some BPCs inside the equipment assembly array, the Ogre blueprint, which is fully researched inside the design laboratory, Omen blueprint in the research lab, and then the Talos blueprint in the medium ship assembly array. And here we go. In the meantime, we are here inside the POS. Let's get a little bit closer to all of my facilities, and let's see if we can get stuff to work. Maybe also have a bit of a better look at some of this industry stuff. For instance, here, facilities. This is pretty cool. You have all the facilities here. And from this I can see, for instance, yeah, Nogere, system cost tax is already at 10%, so I think it depends on activity, and you have a clear slider here that shows how high the taxes are. So some of them are pretty, yeah, a little bit higher than the rest of them. Not sure where this data comes from. It's possible that this is not from TQ, but just from like activity that's been going on the test server. And why am I not flying any further? But yeah, it's going to be, I think, a very interesting change to EVE Online, and honestly, to me it feels like industry could be an activity that that can be quite fun to do and quite fulfilling. So let's start off with the research facility then. Over here I have this laboratory. You can always right click and then press use the blueprint, and what I want to do obviously is time efficiency. 1 is enough, just so that it doesn't last too long. 34 minutes costing 128 ISK. So if I press start, there it goes. And if I go for my jobs, the Omen blueprint is being researched, and did something like finish. And what's also weird is you don't get a countdown timer left. So that one maybe needs to be looked at still by CCP. Next up we have something in the design lab as well, so let's press use blueprint, and there we go. I can actually copy this one for a 20, no, those are the job runs, so 1 and then maybe 20 runs per copy, that's the maximum. You can also use this little slider over here, so if I go here and I can press, that's actually the number of runs that get changed. Oh, so I guess, yeah, that this is only for the number of runs and not for the runs per copy. So let's put that at 21 job run, 14 ISK cost, 1 hour 48 minutes, which is pretty long, honestly, for a copy job. That's a little weird. It's a 20 run blueprint, but yeah. It's still pretty long. I thought copying time were a bit shorter. Next up we also have something like a team available here in Yona, Tucker Mix Team. Can I show info on them? Nope, that just shows my guy. What do they do? Salary 5%, team retiring in 23 days. And what do they do? Specialties. Oh, you can't see it very well. Maybe if I don't highlight the team right away. Armor passive, minus 4% for materials, minus 4% for time efficiency. And so I guess these guys are for armor production or something like that. Okay, that's pretty interesting. So I should have some armor related items in here, I think. Yep, reactive armor hardener. Alright, let's see if I can install the job. And no teams found. That's a little bit weird. We know there's a team in Iona, but apparently I can't use it, despite the fact that it's for reactive armor hardeners. Let's go for the maximum number of runs. Okay, press start. Does that work now? Yes, they are in my jobs now as well. So reactive armor hardener will be done in a half an hour, something like that. So finally, I can actually, make some of these jobs work. So that's pretty good. That does seem to work. Not sure what happened with all those cost errors. But seems to be fixed now, and so you can of course always go through the industry window itself if you don't want to click on the facility. For instance, here the Talos blueprint. I also have all the materials already in there. I could create Talos right away. It's going to cost me 116,000 ISK. It's going to take 2 hours and 30 minutes. It also shows, for instance, that the industry skill is at level 5, and that means minus 20% and minus 25% for job duration. For the price, you just have a star-based discount of 2%. And was there anything else over here? Mass production is at 3, so I can have 4 manufacturing jobs run at the same time. So instead of slots, right now it's going to be your skills that will decide how many jobs you can have running at the same time. And again, we can press start on that, 2 hours and 30 minutes. And again, it's going to be added right here in the jobs. Unfortunately, well, over here there is something, the Talos blueprint. You can actually see that one. And it's saying only 30 minutes. What the hell? I could stop the jobs as well if I wanted to. But why the hell would I want to do that? And right here now it's counting down 30 minutes, but it was way longer than that before. So I think I have some more job bug reporting to do here as well. Next up, this compression array. I've got like 3000 plagioclastae that I could compress. So let's do that again. Compress, and it goes to 30 compressed rich plagioclastae. So that means that yeah, it's per 100 units now for all the ores and stuff. So if I go in here and then I do reprocess, I have to be within 3000 meters of the array to use that again. So that's alright. But everything seems to be working now. It's just you're going to have to build up new routines about how you go about doing this efficiently, because right now I'm taking my time. But 10 minutes to do these jobs is a little bit too long. So there we go, the reprocessing works without any problem. I wonder if I can reprocess anything like that. No, only ores. So that's why I took this as part of the experiment. I was hoping maybe we can reprocess anything inside this reprocessing array, but it's only for ore apparently. Over here, the compression array. Honestly, I think this is going to be okay for miners. You know, set up a POS, add a compression array, and then you can move stuff in much larger numbers with something like a Neutron Mark V, stuff like that. And you're going to get a little bit of a premium, because it's probably how people are going to export minerals to nullsec. So that seems to be working quite nicely as well. And I can always go here again. If I want to install some more jobs from this, I can always again go for the for one of those BPCs. Just press start 27 minutes and yeah, press start again, and it's added to my jobs. So now we have there we go, 3 manufacturing jobs with the yellow bar for progression, and the blue ones are for research, so that helps as well. Then let's do this one here too. Oh, Why can't I do that? That should work, but current skills do not support the number of jobs you are trying to install. And I only have 3 of them installed. Ah, owned by me. There we go. We've got this this one that I installed earlier just to test if I could actually do it. So can I actually all active jobs? Oh, that's a little bit confusing, honestly. Maybe there should be a tab for all of them, because right now, you know, I was only looking at the corp jobs and I saw 3 of them, but there was a hidden one in my own job. So you have to remember that this is going to count as well. At least the fact that your skills limit the amount of jobs you can run at the same time does seem to work. So that's another thing tested, and it's all looking pretty good at the moment, I think. Maybe one last thing that I could test. Let me have a quick look here. I need to dock up for that. But I heard that there was a bug where you could actually continue to research blueprints that were already perfect. Let's see if that's been fixed in the meantime. But I must say it's all looking pretty decent, pretty functional. Obviously what they will need to fix is this timer on the jobs that you've got running. And what you also what I would like to see is maybe have an alt tab, at least where it comes for the jobs that are running, so that you don't have to do this click in order to see all of your jobs. But other than that, it's all looking quite nice. And to end the video, let's test out this bug that I've read about on the test forums, and to see if a perfectly researched BPO, which I don't have any of them here anymore. Well, actually I do, some of these armor BPOs, munitions BPOs. So let's take that one to the POS and see how that works. Now obviously you can no longer use like remote researching. You could have some BPOs in, like, I think it's an office in the same system, and then you could, without physically having to move your blueprint to the POS, you could actually use it. That doesn't work anymore, so you have to risk them. And if you want to research BPOs there for the less cost, maybe even the time bonuses and stuff like that, you will actually need to risk your BPOs, because if someone comes out here and tries to blow them up, then yeah, that can happen. Of course, in HiSec, you're still secured by the war deck mechanic, so you get 24 hours of notification. But it's a little bit more risky to do research here now. So let's see if I can put this one in the research lab like that. Then I can use the blueprint. That seems to be working. And if I press that, let's see, can I add any more of this material efficiency? Nope, it doesn't seem to be working anymore. So it looks like they've managed to fix that. When it was first launched, you could still add research to this, despite the fact that it was completely useless. But that doesn't seem to be working anymore. So now I can move this one to the design laboratory. That was also a mistake. I had first an experimental lab, thinking that could copy, but it's actually a design lab that you need. And if I go through the other way, you can always go for your corp owned blueprints. Here is this one. Double click on that, you can start copying. Max runs is 20 max runs per copy. Any way that I can see that decently quickly or not? Or do I have to press show info on this one? Productivity level 20. Max runs per copy is 300. So yeah, that still apparently requires a right click or not. Anything times 5. Any other way for me to see this? Nope, not that I can find. So I have to press this at 300. I can always go for 20 runs on this one, which is going to take 15 days. Really? That's a little bit long in my opinion. Let's put that back at 1 then. 18 hours. The copy times feel like they're completely wrong, because this is such a small blueprint. So if I press start on this one, that job should be activated here as well. And it's actually only 16 minutes. Oh, and now over here it shows the time in minutes, and it's actually counting down. Well, there is still something going on with the timers. I'm sure that this will get fixed before it gets launched, because that's actually pretty damn crucial. But if all of the jobs would look like this, you know, where you actually have a timer counting down, I think this could be yeah, pretty neat, pretty functional. It's all looking quite nice. And for now, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.